communicate and air out what they want, share, it will mean the chances of cascading to violence will be reduced. The other knowledge that was gained was violence prevention entails a clear understanding of the root causes of violence. For you to be able to prevent urban violence, you need to understand its root causes. The other thing that they learned was on community participation. Communities are very important. And there is something on usalama wa msingi. It means if we start it at the very local levels, we will be able to prevent urban violence. Another thing that people learned was, okay, there's transformational leadership, we talked about it. There's something on community initiatives like the Nakuru can contribute to the prevention of violence at the household and community level. And the other thing was that the participants agreed that the violence is never a solution, hence there is need to have working approaches to prevent this vice. The objectives of the dialogue forum. We are saying that 30% said that the dialogue forums were meeting the intended objectives towards a larger extent, and 38.6% towards a moderate extent. So we conclude that participants, challenges due to the participants, 36.4. Personal is 30, I can't read these colors. Okay, 36.4, that is participants. And they were explaining these challenges. These challenges included things like low turnouts. There are times participants did not come as anticipated. Now, we should be asking ourselves why. Poor time management. You know, in what dialogue forums, if you leave people to talk in these dialogue forums, and then the other challenge as a result of participants is some participants were passive. You come to a what dialogue forum, somebody is just looking at you, so you don't know if they are getting the information. You know, at times, keeping quiet might mean they are really absorbing, or at times, it means they are not with us. The other thing was the forums did not engage all key stakeholders, yeah? And it came out that when we are talking about something like policy, we need people like MCAs, yeah? I see Kuria, my classmate, how are you? He is a member of County Assembly, so people felt that if we can have politicians in these forums, both municipality and ward dialogue forums, it will mean that when we talk about having a policy document, they are the people who can help us push. But if we come here as police, civil societies, we talk, but then we don't have a person to push this agenda, it is not made. So I'm glad we can say this challenge has been solved, yeah, because we have one person and he will help us to spread this message. On the methods of dialogue moderation, it was also a challenge. But people are saying it is well in working with another person from the civil society. Of course, I will think we are working well. We did not try to look at civil society versus police, community versus police. That is why they were working well prior to this. And we also looked at now, how are they working together? 13.6 said that they have excellent work relations now, which means probably it might, and I'm using the word might, yeah? It might be as a result of the pilot project. 18.2 said that the relationship now is above average, and majority said that the relationship is average, which means that this is a good thing. The project might have enhanced the working relationships of these stakeholders. We wanted to know the ways in which the partnership had been enhanced. And there are a number of ways presented there. This pilot project had enhanced good working relationship between all key stakeholders. We also have another thing, good relationship between the police and the citizens. And I think this is because of the one. Another way is that the channels of communication have been strengthened. And I think it's as a result of the trainings for the senior police officers and the CSOs that we've had. There is also increased awareness of responsibility of police and citizens. This one has been enhanced as a result of the 101 question booklet that we've been using. There is also improved interpersonal and interinstitutional relations, which had been crowned by fear and suspicion, meaning that prior to this, some institutions and also some individuals did not trust each other, but through the partnership that has been created, this one has been improved. Through the violence study conducted, awareness of urban violence has been created. It means that we are now talking with facts. When you go and tell a person, in Bondeni, we have this percentage doing this, it is based on facts. We look at the contribution of the project to relationship between state institutions in which the contributions, the ways in which the project has contributed to this. There are a number of ways there, like this project has facilitated communication between different actors and enabled relevant authorities to be more proactive in violence prevention. There is, through the trainings provided, the participants are more informed on the concept of violence prevention and thus can adapt the lessons and apply them in their civil society organization. There is dissemination of information to police officers, which is also a way that the project has enhanced the partnership. There is the 101 question and answer booklet has informed the public of the work of the police, and this understanding creates a better relationship. The different actors also have different perceptions of each other, meaning that we had to disseminate this this information was limited. You've had there's an extension. So with time, it means the awareness, we hope the awareness will increase. Study findings informed on the trend of urban violence, 10.9%. What does this say? Probably the study needs to be shared to different institutions. We can even share it to our library and all that, so that people can really know what is happening. We ask on the areas of intervention, like we've done all these things. We've done the study, we've done the dialogue forums, we've tried to disseminate information. How can we do it in a different way in case we are to continue with this project? So the areas of further intervention, participants were of the view that we should use documented evidence such as post-incident report, response plans and tools to create awareness on violence prevention. While we were doing the urban violence study, there was something on reporting, and there was an issue of coming up with a reporting tool that can be used. So from the study that was conducted and from the evaluation, we can say that this is an area that we really need to look at. Let us have documented evidence. Another area of intervention was drawing more relevant stakeholders in the project, such as politicians. I've talked about that one. But then they also thought that you need to also involve government policing authorities, because we've been dealing with police mostly. So the participants are of the view that we can include people like the KWS, KFS, prisons, NEMA, so that we have so many stakeholders coming on board to deal with this one. The other area of intervention that we need to think of that you thought we should consider was lobbying for formation of the CPAs, which we've been doing. Harry has given us the official communication, so let us hope for the best. The other thing is through legislation, violence prevention approaches can be addressed. I think this through legislation, we've already talked about it, because at the end of the project, we were hoping to come up with a policy document, which we've talked about it. So this is an intervention that is coming in line with what we intended to do. come up with outreach programs, and participants were of the view that these outreach programs should be led by the police. Remember, here as a forum, you're sitting next to a police person, and it is okay. By now, from the meetings, the trainings that we've had, at least the relationship has been enhanced. But outside there, we also still need to do something. So during the ward dialogue forums, if we can have police being the trainers, the facilitators, it will really help. Another thing that you thought we should do is that we involve community members through public participation forum. I think we do this, but we call it the ward dialogue forums prepared by us.
So when we are talking about policy, the county attorney will generate that particular policy, but it must be discussed in the assembly where he sits. So we also need his support to make sure that this is realized. He has also attended one of our ward dialogue forums where we find Bondeni is part of his jurisdiction. So welcome, go here.
Thank you very much.
A clap for our politicians.
Thank you, Mr. Omondi. I don't think this mic is working, so I think I'm going to. I can start. I know you're going to. Good morning. Good morning. My name is Stephen Kure Mururi, member of County Assembly for this area, Biashara Ward. Biashara Ward is a very big area with a huge population of around 100,000 people. And this area that is here on the front page, it's called Bondeni, and it's one of my my villages in this Biashara Ward. So I want even to welcome the visitors. Feel at home. I know you have been around for some time. I've been also attending these forums at the ward level, and I was very impressed because now people, the citizens of this country, Biashara Ward, are getting more information, are being empowered to know about their rights. And also I was also very happy because the police were also there, and there was a very live engagement, which is very good for our country. It's very, very important even at this point in time. I also happen to be the chairman of Justice and Legal Affairs in the County Assembly. In the County Assembly, if you want to push an agenda, that agenda will be well pushed through a committee. And many of these things that you're talking about here, because you're talking about law, you're talking about violence prevention, can find its way through a committee where I chair. And I'm here to assure you that I'm going to support you. We are going to work together. I know as a county we have failed. We are now 3 years old, and we have not constituted the county policing authority. I know we are late, but we are going to sort maybe the small differences that are here and there. And I know very soon the county executive, led by His Excellency the Governor Kilde Mbugua, are going to advertise for these positions, and they are going to competitively recruit the members of that authority. And us as an assembly, we are going to fast track that and approve the same names so that we can be able to have these structures that seem to be lacking at this point in time. So also, I can assure you we are going to push, we are going to push the executive further so that they are able to do this work. I know they ought to have done it a long time ago, but let's say it's never too late. As members of County Assembly, we have 3 key roles. One is legislative, oversight, and representation. Legislative means that each and every policy, even the ones that Claire was talking about, majorly goes through the County Assembly. We are 74 members of County Assembly, 55 elected, 19 nominated women because of this gender rule. 19 are nominated members. We work in committees, as I've just said. We have 19 committees in the County Assembly. Some are concerned with the budgets. Some are concerned with the gender issue, culture, sports. Some are concerned with the security, members' welfare, and so on and so forth. But me, I sit as the chairman of Justice. justice and legal affairs in the county assembly. So those are some of our key roles. Representation, we represent anything that our people at the grassroots level want us to say there, we'll say it. What they want us to do in terms of development and any other thing, we must push that agenda through the county assembly. So those are some of our key roles. And oversight, as you have just said, if money is misappropriated, if corruption occurs, if there's abuse at the executive level, members of county assembly are able to point out these issues and bring these issues before the county assembly. They are deliberated, reports come out, sometimes people are indicted or even sacked. These are some of the issues that we deal with. And I can assure you, as members of county assembly, we are doing our best to perform our roles. Even though devolution is a new phenomenon, I can assure you, we are learning as time goes by, and we are also delivering. I know the people of Nakuru can be able to see this, and I know as time goes by next year, we'll be somewhere. I'm very pleased by the program that is being undertaken by this organization, the Dignity organization, the Danish Institute Against Torture, MIDRIFT Rights Network, and so on and so forth. You know, we are coming from very far as a country. We experienced violence in the year 2007. And we do not want this to happen again as a people. In Nakuru, mostly, Nakuru municipality, where we have a cosmopolitan town, every tribe is represented here in this municipality. Particularly this municipality, apart from Naivasha, where majorly Kikuyus are dominant, in this municipality, you find the Luos, you find the Luyas, you find the Kisis, the Kikuyus, and so on and so forth. All the tribes are here. So when violence hits, Nakuru suffers most. And this program is going to feed this municipality in a big way. And more particularly, you know, when politicians or leaders or whoever want to carry out violence, mostly they'll go to the poor and the most desperate people in the society. Those are the ones who are used to carry out violence. And in this case, Bondeni, which happens to be my area, you find politicians or leaders going to those areas to find young people who are going to cause violence. The London area, where we also have a slum, Morogi, Pondamari, Kaptembwa, those are areas where poverty is really the order of the day. And if, as a people, we can continue taking these measures, telling our young people not to engage in violence, educating them and showing them the importance of peace, preventing violence even before it occurs, this will do this country a great service. So I want to thank each and every individual who has come up with this concept, because as we are heading to the next general election, we really need our youth to know the importance of peace. If we do not do this as a country, and I don't know if we could have done this even in the year 2006, I don't think we would have experienced what we experienced as a nation in the year 2007. So it is good that we invest heavily in educating our youth, dialogues, in telling them what is the importance and significance of peaceful coexistence between one and another. Because we don't have any other country to run to. We only have this country, Kenya, and in this situation, we only have Nakuru as a place where we live, and I don't think we have anywhere else to go. So we do not take this for granted. We know it takes money. It takes a lot of week to carry out such initiatives. So we are very happy as a people, and more particularly as a member of county assembly representing a slum area. I welcome this, because I do not want my youth to be engaged in violence come next year. So thank you very much. And in conclusion, I want to assure you of the Assembly's support. We are going to support you. If you want any law to be registered or any policy to be passed, I want to assure you, Assembly, we are going to support you, and you can engage us at any point. You can even call us as a committee, as members of County Assembly, so that we can be able to share maybe the challenges, what you want to be passed in the Assembly to do, what you want even the governor to do before maybe 2017 comes around. Thank you very much. God bless you, and enjoy your day. Thank you.
I have to say we have been honored today. We have been honored by your presentations. This is very important, because these are two arms of government, but they are two in one. Presented by the county attorney, the assembly. For us to achieve what we want to achieve, they must work together. We must cooperate with them. So this is very important.
Logistics, isn't it? And the logistics will be at the very minimum. Okay? Yeah, that's what we need to organize, how we can be able to reach the information. Yeah. Yes, please.
It's the question that lies behind the lack of opportunity. The lack of opportunity is not necessarily the more they want to be restricted. So even thinking towards that. Because if someone says, I want this young people to have A, B, C, D, and then they have turning violence towards one particular thing or another, it means they were so idle.
Yesterday but one, I already gave to, CMA, they have, and we have started that because we are having, tomorrow we have a peaceful. So I told them, listen, people need to know this. So we could also target churches, not religious groups, like have something from PCA. Isn't it clear? So in a rate, we tell it, and we did the evidence, and this allowed us.
What are the requirements and what is the I think such things it should be addressed.
With others, the company.
Okay. Now, do we look at different things or we just go with one? What is the view of the members? We have identified that one, yeah? Do we look for others or we want us to just have part of it?
Copy of the petition, executive petition. So we are petitioning on this ground. Yeah? You understand? People apply. They were listed, you took the assembly, they are refused. The reason why the assembly is refused should also be mentioned.
So when we kept following, which is the list we followed? Germany, as we have been on track. Because we have now the list is coming. We have it for the shortlisted. We want also to include the list
They took there. But now, so that we know the list that they took there, we shall see these are the people who have been shortlisted.
Yes.
Why is that list different?
Yes.
So we are saying these were the people who applied, these are the people who are shortlisted, these are the people taken to the assembly. Now the other thing that the people who are brought to the assembly is different from what were shortlisted, we shall get it.
What's finally what went to the county assembly were different from the same.
You are going to do the work that you do want a better Nakuru. So I just want to say thank you very much, and I hope that we'll continue working together. Thank you.
All right. I also want to say thank you, and I'm really happy that the study that was presented yesterday has been embraced by you, and that you are also very interested in the results, and that you are going to be using the data in your work. And this is the aim of it all, to use the evidence-based approach. And I've also. Yeah, I was also here with Finn in end of January, where we were finalizing the report, and it was also a bit difficult to see how it would end up, but I'm very pleased to see how you all been working the last couple of days, and I look very much forward to the future and working with you all. So thank you.
Yeah, it's fantastic to be back. I don't know if it works. I believe what we see here is positive energy, a lot of positive energy, and we want to keep the train moving. And I think the passengers, which has the steering wheels, have shown that they know exactly what they're doing. That's fantastic. So I focused on three words that started to hear here that I think we'll hear a lot about in the future. The Nakuru model. You are actually front runners. You're cutting edge. You are the new thinkers. You are the new doers. You're new action people on something which is new. New in this country, and we know that a lot of the election processes of violence in the whole country is fed by local politics here in Nakuru. If you are able to influence these dynamics and also show that violence prevention, yes, it is possible, and we are able to document it, and we are able to describe the model, I'm quite sure that you will hear this word, the Nakuru model, being whispered from one politician to another, from one local government to another, from one civil society to another, and from one policeman to another. Maybe we should try the Nakuru model. It works well there. I will congratulate you, and I'm deeply impressed by what we've seen the last few days, and we will be seeing more to each other. Thank you very much. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Ben.
I worked together with Finn for 15 years. And a year ago, Finn came back to me and said, Henrik, we have these great people in Nakuru. They have great ideas, they have skills, they have partners in civil society, in local administration, in the business community. They actually want to do this work with us. Let's start. I said, come on, Finn. You're always a little bit enthusiastic when you go on missions. He was right. I was wrong. You are great people. You have a lot of skills. You have a lot of enthusiasm for the work. You have a lot of courage also. And you have some very important targets to meet, which you define. I've been the passenger for the last week in this train of change. It's been a pleasure to be with you in on these different occasions. I'm very much looking forward to continue following the work, maybe at a distance, more than close up. But I'm very, very confident that with this team we have working together with you, we are able to deliver high quality input, accompaniment to people here, and skills you can draw on in particular cases that will help you become a success in this project you're doing together. So congratulations very much to everybody in this room. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Eric and Tim. We are most grateful for your support. I want to invite our board member to speak on behalf of MIDRIFT, Mr. Isaac, and then my colleague Claire will give a vote of thanks. Can you guys?
Jambo. My name is Isaac Hashon. I'm the board chairman. Thank you, all of us, for being here. Thank you, Dignity, so much. Our desire is that even as we move on, we know that we are approaching elections. There is a lot of issues and activities that happens during elections. And I know even as we talk of violence and the underlying issues, unless we get partners who shall be involved, even in addressing some of these things, the things that happened in 2007 might not be different. You know, there is a lot of build-up. I think apart from being a community development practitioner, partly I'm also a politician. But I'm a peaceful politician. I know what happens when people start competing for positions and when people start competing for power. There is a lot of issues. There is a lot of build-up. And unless we get some people who shall come in, at least try to tell people that politics comes and goes. You know, issues comes, you know, the many things that we see come and go. But again, we need peace so that we can be able to build on the future. We need to talk even to our youth. You know, we are looking at Nakuru, and I look at issues of poverty. Our youth, unemployment, you know, in the midst of the youth, a lot. But again, if we can be able to get programs that we shall be able to address and tell you, as much as you want to get involved in politics, you want to get involved in this, we need bread. But again, bread cannot be made in the times of violence. We need peace. And thank you so much, Dignity. I know this was a pilot program, and sorry I have not been with you, I have been away. I came yesterday very late in the evening. Omoni had informed me of this program, of this meeting for quite some time, and I assured him that I'll be around. But unfortunately, I went away, and I came back in the evening yesterday. Thank you so much. I know we'll continue partnering. The resources that you are giving us as the board members, we are very careful, we are looking at what we are doing, and they are in the right hands. So thank you so much.
Thank you, sir. We are most grateful. I know each and every one of you would have loved to speak, but please allow us to conclude so that we can be able to go back to our businesses of the day. Clear? Please, and I want to appreciate Moses, please, came down. Thank you so much. Clear. And also Julie want to appreciate you. Thank you so much for your work.
Thank you so much, Walter, for this opportunity. I want to give our vote of thanks. First of all, I want to appreciate Dignity team for trusting in us and giving us this opportunity. We've really learned a lot and we really appreciate, and we hope that this one opens more avenues for the future. Thank you so much, each and everyone, for the support that you've given us. Catherine, we've really learned a lot from you, and we hope we continue learning more. I also want to take this opportunity to thank our partners, IMNU. You stood with us, you helped us in the learning process, and we also hope that we will continue learning from you people. We thank Katiba Institute in absentia. If they did not prepare the 101 question and answer booklet, we wouldn't be knowing what to tell the public here. So we really appreciate them, and we send our message of thanks. And to all participants, thank you. I want to categorize each participant so that you don't feel left out. First of all, I will thank the national government and the national government, Office of the Regional Coordinator, Office of the County Commissioner, all the local administrators, the urban violence prevention, to the outside world. We are really grateful for whatever you've been doing. You really helped us. Yesterday we were trending, and I think if it were not for media, both print, electronic, social, we wouldn't be where we are. To the business community, I thank each and every person. Kindly convey the message of urban violence prevention.
Thank you so much. You are most welcome.
Member of County for Biashara Ward, and also happen to be Chairman, Justice and Legal Committee. I've been pleased to grace this occasion because we are discussing some very fundamental issues on urban violence prevention. And I can be able to see that if this organization, the MIDRIFT organization, and the Danish partners, if they were able to push with this agenda, and as we move to the next general election, it will be very good for the communities around Nakuru town, and more particularly Nakuru municipality, to be sensitized on the negative impact of the violence and so on and so forth. We have also come up, we have also discussed the issue of the CPA, the county policing authority, and we have made a commitment as a county assembly that we are going to make sure that when the names come up in the county assembly for approval, we are going to make sure that we do this process in a very fast manner, so that we are able to form this, we have this board, so that we can be able to address some of the issues, and they also are, them themselves are going to be able to play the key roles that is envisaged in the law in terms of the board itself.